The Galactic Combat Academy on Station Kepler-7 prided itself on 10,000 years of martial tradition. Its instructors had trained warriors from 400 species, each one learning the ancient and perfected techniques that had been refined. Across millennia of interstellar conflict, Eva Martinez stood in the training hall, surrounded by cadets from a dozen different worlds. The Vrix towered above her with their 4 arms. The chitinous K-Thrall clicked their mandibles nervously. Even the gaseous ephemeral beings had manifested combat forms for the occasion. All of them watched as instructor Jishu Kor, a decorated veteran with scales that shimmered like burnished bronze, demonstrated what he called the fundamental grip. The blade, Jacques announced, holding up a standard-issue combat knife, must be held with the edge facing outward, thumb along the spine, fingers wrapped firmly beneath. This is the grip. This has always been the grip. This is how warriors hold a knife. Ava's eyebrow quirked upward. Oliver, standing beside her, caught the expression and whispered, "Don't. I have to," she whispered back. "Eva, we've been here 3 days." 3 days, which means I've been quiet for 3 whole days. Jasher was continuing his demonstration, showing a series of thrusting and slashing motions that looked, to Ava's trained eye, awkward and inefficient. The other cadets mimicked the movements diligently, their various appendages, adapting to the technique as best they could. Eva raised her hand. The instructor's triple eyelids blinked in sequence. "Cadet Martinez, you have a question about the fundamental grip?" "Not a question, sir. An observation." A ripple of interest moved through the other students. The humans were new to the academy, their species having only recently achieved faster-than-light travel, and their contributions to galactic martial arts were considered charitably non-existent. "Proceed," Jacques said, his tone suggesting he was humoring a child. Eva stepped forward and accepted a practice knife from the weapons rack. She held it exactly as Jacques had demonstrated, edge out, thumb on spine. Then, in a fluid motion that made several cadets gasp, she flipped the knife in her hand. Now the blade pointed down, edge facing inward. Her grip reversed entirely. "You're holding it backwards," Eva said simply. The training hall fell silent. Even the ephemeral being stopped its perpetual humming. Jacques' scales darkened a sign of displeasure that Eva had learned on day 1. "Cadet Martinez, that grip is incorrect, primitive. It offers no reach, no. May I demonstrate, sir?" The instructor's mandibles tightened, but he gestured to the combat circle. "By all means. Show us this human technique." Oliver closed his eyes and muttered something. That sounded like a prayer dot. Eva entered the circle and faced one of the training dummies, a sophisticated automaton designed to simulate combat against various species. Jacques activated it at standard difficulty. The dummy lunged with a replica blade, using the proper grip. Eva sidestepped, and her knife became a blur. She moved inside the dummy's reach, her reversed grip allowing her to deliver rapid, close-quarter strikes that the dummy's programming struggled to counter. Within seconds, the automaton registered 17 critical hits and shut down. "That's a malfunction," Jacques said quickly. "Reset it." Combat Level 5. Combat Level 5 was meant for advanced students. The dummy reactivated with enhanced speed and tactical algorithms. Eva engaged again, and this time the watching cadets could truly see the difference. Her reversed grip transformed the knife from a distanced weapon into an extension of her body. She blocked, redirected, and struck in combinations that seemed to defy the Academy's rigid forms. The knife became a tool for grappling, disarming, and devastating close-range work. The dummy registered 43 critical hits before shutting down again. "Level 8, Jacques said. His voice strained. "Sir," Oliver ventured. Level 8 is Level 8, Cadet Chun. Eva rolled her shoulders. Level 8 was meant for instructors only. The dummy reactivated, and this time it was genuinely dangerous. It moved with lethal precision, its blade seeking vital points with algorithms drawn from thousands of combat encounters. Eva met it head-on. The watching cadets saw something they'd never witnessed in the Academy's halls. A human fighting style that was brutal, efficient, and utterly unconventional. Eva used her free hand in conjunction with the knife, controlling the dummy's weapon arm while her blade did its work. She incorporated strikes, locks, and throws that turned the combat knife into just one tool in a devastating arsenal. The dummy lasted 19 seconds before registering catastrophic systemic damage. Eva stepped back, breathing hard but steady. She flipped the knife back to the proper grip and extended it to Jacques handle first. Your grip is excellent for formal dueling, sir. For reach, for certain slashing techniques. But in close quarters, when your enemy is inside your guard, you're holding it backwards. The instructor took the knife slowly. His scales had shifted through several colors that Eva couldn't quite interpret. Finally, he spoke. Where did you learn this technique? Earth, sir. We've been fighting with knives for about 50,000 years. Maybe longer. We've had a lot of time to figure out what works. A Cothrol cadet clicked a question. But the Academy's techniques are refined from civilizations far older than yours. Eva smiled. Refined for what? Space combat? Energy weapons? Sure, but humans? We got really, really good at killing each other up close and personal. We had to. We didn't have scales or exoskeletons or energy shields. Just soft skin and the need to survive. So we learned every possible way to use every possible weapon. Oliver finally opened his eyes and found the entire training hall staring at Eva with a mixture of shock, respect, and something that might have been fear. Jacques was quiet for a long moment. Then, slowly, he reversed his grip on the knife, edge inward, exactly as Eva had shown. He tested a few movements, and his eyes, all three of them, widened. How many other human combat techniques? He asked quietly. Does the Academy have backwards? Eva and Oliver exchanged glances. Oliver sighed. Sir, how much time do you have? From that day forward, the Galactic Combat Academy added a new section to its curriculum. Human Close Quarters Combat. The instructors would later admit, privately and with some embarrassment, that humanity's mere 2 centuries of spaceflight had taught them more about practical violence than 10,000 years of civilized warfare. After all, there was a reason humans had survived long enough to reach the stars. They'd been holding their knives the right way all along.